Imagine spending crore of rupees on a steel structure only to see excessive deflection, buckling, connection failures, or even collapse. The surprising fact is that most steel structure failures do not occur because engineers don't know design codes. They happen because of small mistakes in design, detailing, fabrication, erection, or sometime maintenance. In today's video, we will discuss the 10 most common reasons why steel structure fails and what engineers can do to prevent them. If you are a civil engineer, structural designer, or EPC professional or student, this video could save you from costly mistake in your career. Right? So, the first reason the first reason is incorrect load estimation. Many failures begin at the design stage when engineers underestimate dead load, live load, wind load, or sometimes they forget about the future expansion load. A structure designed for today's loading may become unsafe for tomorrow if additional equipment is installed. Right? So always verify actual operating loads instead of relying solely on assumption. What is the second reason? Many steel members fail long before reaching yield stress. Why? Because of the buckling, right? Compression members can suddenly become unstable. If you talk about column, strut or bracing member, even when stresses are low, excessive slenderness ratio can cause catastrophic failure. This is why the KL by AR, or what is known as slenderness ratio, that must be checked and should be well within the codal provision, right? What is the third reason? That is definitely the connection failure. Engineers often focus on member design but forget one important rule. A structure is only as strong as its connection. Right. If you have insufficient bolts or undersized welds or sometime improper detailing, right, many structure member may fail because of this connection issues. The fourth one is the lateral torsional buckling. Have you ever seen a beam twist sideways? Yes, that is lateral torsional buckling. A beam may be safe in bending shear, right? Also, its connection is perfect, but still it may fail if its compression flange are not adequately restrained. And this type of failures are very common in long span beams, crane girders, and industrial structures, right? The fifth one is poor fabrication quality. Even the best design can fail because of poor fabrication quality. What does it mean? If you have misaligned members, defective welds, incorrect dimensions, or excessive residual stress, a small fabrication error can significantly reduce the load carrying capacity. Sixth one is our erection errors. Many failures occur during construction rather than operation. Temporary instability can develop when bracings are not installed, members are erected in a wrong sequences, temporary supports are removed too early. Forget about the operation stage. During your construction stage, if you remove the support, temporary support or propping too early, definitely your structure is going to be collapsed. So remember, a structure must be stable at every stage of erection. Our sixth reason is corrosion. Corrosion is silently reduces section capacity, particularly in the zone of coastal region, or if you are working in a chemical plant, fertilizer plant or offshore structure, they are very susceptible to corrosion, right? And due to this corrosion in a long period, the member lose its thickness. That means loss of strength. So regular inspection and maintenance are very important. Eighth reason is fatigue failure. Fatigue is dangerous because it occurs even when stresses are below yield strength. Repeated loading causes crack to the member, right? And very common example which are susceptible to this fatigue failure are crane girder, railway bridges, or any beam or column that is supporting your machine, right? So fatigue failure usually happen suddenly and without any warning, right? Our ninth reason is design detailing mistakes. Poor detailing creates stress concentration. Okay. So for example, we can say about abrupt section change. In that case, what you have to remember, you have to maintain gradual section change, or improper cove cuts in case of your shear connection. Okay, you have to avoid the sharp corners, and definitely poor weld should be avoided. Okay, so good detailing often determines whether a structure lasts 5 years or 50 years. Okay, 10th reason is lack of inspection and maintenance. This is the final reason, and it is very neglected. Even perfectly designed structure requires periodic inspection, whether the bolts are tightened properly, whether the corrosion assessment has been done, whether the weld inspection has been done. So ignoring maintenance is one of the biggest reason aging structure causing your structure fails. Right. So now if we talk about the real world engineering lesson, we can say that most structure failure occur due to multiple small issues acting together. For example, a cylinder member and poor connection and corrosion. Definitely your member is going to fail. Or you can say that incorrect loading and erection error. In that case also your member is going to fail. So when several weaknesses combine, failure becomes much more likely. Engineering is not only about calculation, it is about understanding the behavior, right? Now, if you are a student, in that case, this is for you. In your interview question, the interviewer may ask, what is the most common causes of a steel structure failure? A strong answer would be instability related failures such as buckling, connection deficiencies, and poor detailing are often more critical than insufficient member strength. That answer demonstrates practical and engineering understanding. Right? Now it's time to conclude this video. So today we have learned 10 major lesson, okay, or reason why a steel structure fails, and here are the list you can see. So remember, most failure are preventable. The best structural engineers don't just design for strength, they design for stability, constructability, durability, and safety. If you find this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share it with fellow engineers. And also comment below which of these failure modes have you seen in real project. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.